DJI have been busy at work again, and we've got two new drones here. We've got the Mini 5 Pro and the Neo 2. So how do they compare and which drone is right for you? That's what this whole video is about. These are all of my experiences with both drones, and I really want to help you figure out which one's right for you. Hey guys, my name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here on DansTube.TV. So this is going to be a deep dive, and my specialty on the channel, I'm very detail focused and try to bring you as much value as I possibly can so that you can make the right buying decision. But that's what this is all about, comparing these two drones, both titans in the mini drone space, and I can't wait to let you know what my experiences have been like with both of these. For full transparency, both the Neo 2 and the Mini 5 Pro were provided by DJI, and this video has been sponsored by the D1 store. But all of my thoughts expressed throughout this video are my own and they haven't been influenced by anyone. So let's start off with the weight and the price point of these two drones. And with the Neo 2, it weighs just 160 grams. It's extremely lightweight. And for the Fly More combo, it's only 709 Australian dollars. So that gets you 3 batteries, that gets you the controller, the drone, and some accessories. One thing I need to mention here about the Neo 2 is the fact that you don't actually get a bag. So with many other DJI drones with the Fly More kit, you get bags. You get a really nice carrying bag or a case or something like that. That's one thing that disappointed me with the Neo 2. It literally just comes in a box. And so when I go out, I'll sometimes just take the box with me, which is just a little bit awkward. I wish it came with a bag, but there are many third-party bags that you can get online. Now with the Mini 5 Pro, if we're to discuss weight and price here, the weight has actually been quite controversial with the Mini 5 Pro. So the mini drone range from DJI is known for being under 250 grams. It's the sub 250 gram drone, and that's kind of how they marketed this one here, but it actually weighs over 250 grams in most instances. So they say it can weigh 249.9 grams plus or minus 4 grams. So a lot of people I've seen online say that it weighs 253.9 grams, right? And they've put it on the scale. And so I've seen countless photos online of people showing the drone weighing over 250 grams. So that kind of makes it a little bit awkward when it comes to traveling. There have been some countries out there that have been a bit more relaxed with the weight. And even though it weighs over 250 grams, they've allowed it to go into a certain classification. I know in Australia, we're not overly strict with that weight point, even though, you know, it goes over that weight point. You can still fly just casually, just recreationally with something like this and not have to worry too much. But if it comes to traveling, or if you live in a country with really strict rules and regulations, then the Mini 5 Pro weight point might actually push you over the edge and push it outside of a drone that you might be interested in. And the other thing to mention here is the Fly More combo is 1,699 Australian dollars. So significantly more expensive with the Mini 5 Pro. Keeping in mind though, you do get the 3 batteries, the controller, the drone, the accessories, and you get a really nice bag as well. So it is a feature-packed offering with the Mini 5 Pro with that big 1-inch sensor that I'll get into soon. But it's something that you really just need to consider what's right for you. Going back to the Neo 2 now, this is kind of the format I'm going to go. I'm going to jump from side to side, going with Neo 2, then Mini 5 Pro, to hopefully make it easy for you to digest the differences here. And so now let's discuss the camera quality here. So the camera of the Neo 2 has been significantly improved over the original Neo 1. That's something that I can say hands down. It's a big improvement here. It is a 1/2-inch sensor and it is a 2-axis gimbal. So there are some limitations when it comes to a smaller sensor. Low light, obviously it's not going to perform as well. And also the fact it's a 2-axis gimbal. Sometimes when you're angling the camera down or flying in heavy wind, you do notice the camera moving a little. And sometimes you get a little bit of the body of the drone in the footage because it's a 2-axis gimbal and it can't stabilize in high wind. But being honest here, this has not been a deal breaker for me. Most of the footage I've captured has been usable. It's only very occasionally that you notice that happening. And so diving a little bit deeper here, the 1/2-inch sensor has an aperture of f2.2. You can capture 4K 60 frames per second, as well as 4K 100 frames per second in slow motion, which is really nice. And you also get vertical video options here. So you can capture 2.7K videos at 60 frames per second. So you get vertical, slow-mo, and standard videos here, and they all look really nice. That improvement to the camera system you will notice over the original Neo. And so moving across now to the Mini 5 Pro, and before I even jump into the camera on this guy, one of the big things here is this folding body. I prefer this significantly more than that rigid solid flat body of the Neo 2. Like, this is a little bit more awkward to transport, especially without a bag. Like, the fact that I can't fold this up and put this in my pocket, the fact we've got the antennas here that protrude, like, it's a little bit of an awkward one to transport unless you have a really nice bag. But with the Mini 5 Pro, it's foldable, which makes a big difference. It comes with that nice bag, and it also has this huge 1-inch sensor here that makes a significant difference to video and photo quality. So like I said, the Mini 5 Pro does feature a 1-inch CMOS sensor. It has an aperture of f1.8, so that means that it is going to perform a lot better in low light. If we compare it to the Neo 2, this guy is going to stand out significantly in a low light scenario. It can also capture 4K 60 frames per second. It's got 4K 120 frames per second in slow motion, and it does also have true vertical mode. So the camera system itself does fully rotate to capture vertical videos, and that makes a big difference here because we can still capture 4K 60 frames per second in vertical mode, and it's just the top quality that you can get compared to something like the Neo 2. So it's not cropped like it would be on the Neo 2, it's just the pure vertical video that you're capturing. They call it true vertical shooting, and it does make a big difference if you're wanting to take your social media content seriously. In terms of the field of view from the two cameras, I was quite surprised here to see the differences. With the Neo 2, it's got a field of view of 120 degrees, and that's a 16.5 millimeter equivalent, compared to an 84 degree field of view, which is a 24 millimeter equivalent on the Mini 5 Pro. So the Neo 2 has a wider field of view, something I didn't notice immediately when I was flying it. Like, when I was flying it, I wasn't going, wow, this has really wide perspective. Like, I didn't think that immediately. But looking at the footage, you can see a little bit of a difference. It's really not a huge obvious difference. Like I said, I didn't notice it straight away, but that is kind of cool. It makes a big difference when you're following up close, which is kind of what the Neo 2 is known for. It's a follow me drone. So it flies in real close and it can follow you from like a close distance. So probably that would be the reason, I would imagine, why it's a wider field of view here. When it comes to photo quality, the Mini 5 Pro can capture either 12 megapixel or 50 megapixel stills, and the Neo 2 can only capture 12 megapixel stills. Keep in mind that the big difference here is that larger sensor on the Mini 5 Pro. So just across the board, as like a sweeping statement, the Mini 5 Pro has a better camera, which means it's got better low light, video, and photo performance. So just that is it, right? When we look at it, the Mini 5 Pro definitely takes the cake here, but the Neo 2 does compete. That's something I really want to comment on. It is a big improvement over the Neo, which was one of those things I wanted to see improve, was the camera quality needed to bump up, and it definitely has bumped up, and it's definitely usable. It's a lot nicer now than that original Neo footage. The Neo 2 has had a huge upgrade here when it comes to obstacle avoidance. So it does have omnidirectional obstacle avoidance with a LiDAR sensor and infrared sensing as well. So it's very advanced. It can avoid really any sort of obstacle in multiple directions. So you can have it following from multiple directions, and it's able to avoid obstacles as you're going on a path. There was one scenario where it knocked into a tree. I don't know whether that's to do with the transceiver on the back. I don't know whether that's to do with just the scenario I was in. But it did knock into a tree. It then took back off again with no issues. It's got full propeller guard coverage. It's a very sturdy drone actually, which is really cool to see. And I don't know what happened there, but that transceiver on the back does protrude and it does look a little bit odd. Like the first time you see it, it's something a little different to what you've seen on a drone before. Typically drones are really uniform, aerodynamic. There's nothing like poking out. So it's kind of weird to see a transceiver like that poking out, but you need the transceiver if you want to get the full functionality out of the drone. If you don't have this, you can't fly it with a controller and you can't get a lot of the features that you would definitely want to use this drone for. But still, it has been a big improvement. We've got that omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. So we've got, sensor on the top, sensor on the base, and then also sensors on the front here. So it does a great job of actually avoiding obstacles, and it is quite impressive for such a small unit what it can do. Now the Mini 5 Pro definitely is an improvement here when it comes to obstacle avoidance. It's got that nightscape omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. It's got a lot more obstacle avoidance sensors on it. So we've got 2 at the rear pointing backwards there, 2 at the front. We've got 2 underneath, so 6 sensors that are avoiding obstacles. And it also has a LiDAR sensor and that infrared sensing as well. And really, it does an amazing job in low light obstacle avoidance. And it definitely does take the cake with obstacle avoidance. It's got more sensors and it's more reliable when it comes to obstacle avoidance. The flight time here is where you're going to notice a big difference. The Neo 2 is definitely more of a social fun drone. It's kind of how I would package it. It's like a travel drone. It's a content creator's dream, but it really is more casual, right? So you only get 19 minutes of flight time, which is fine with the Fly More combo if you can just quickly swap out batteries. But 19 minutes is something that you might take some getting used to if you've previously owned drones, because this is going to be a big dip, a big drop when it comes to battery life here. But what they're saying is you get 20 takeoffs and landings. That's like palm takeoff, palm landing with the different quick shot modes. And you can do that 20 times with a 19-minute battery, which is fine if you imagine that you're traveling with your family, you're going somewhere. 20 different moments of capturing content is going to be enough, and then you can just swap out the battery. But for bigger flights, if you're using the controller and you want to get more out of it, that's where you'll notice that the battery life just might not be up to scratch with what you're used to. Now with the Mini 5 Pro, you do have two options here. You've got a 36-minute battery or a 52-minute battery, keeping in mind that the 52-minute battery does weigh more. But like I mentioned right at the beginning, the drone seems to weigh over 250 grams anyway. So it really depends on what you're looking for here, where you're flying, what country you live in, that kind of stuff. But the fact that you get two options here is nice. This is something we've seen previously with the Mini range, and it's just come across with the Mini 5 Pro. One cool thing to mention here is the Mini 4 Pro batteries are interchangeable with the Mini 5 Pro. So you can literally swap them out and put in your Mini 4 Pro batteries with no issues. I had no issues when I was flying it. I've been able to find online that other people are doing this with no issues. The only thing is it's just going to have a slightly different color because the body of the drone's a slightly different color. The batteries are different. So that's the main difference you'll notice here, but you can still do that, which is really cool. If you guys are interested in the Neo 2, the Mini 5 Pro, or any other drone camera or accessory for that matter, then I will have some links down below. Make sure to check them out. I've actually helped Australians save over $70,000 on their drone camera and accessory purchases. That's directly through the D1 store, which is DJI Australia. All you got to do is reach out to them via email. That's sales@d1store.com.au. Mention DansTube and they'll be able to help you out with the best deal they possibly can. On top of that, there's a few other options. So if you're in store at one of the DJI stores around Australia, you could just mention DansTube and they'll be able to help you out in store, as well as going on the website using the code DansTube on checkout, and you'll be able to save on most drones, cameras, and accessories. And for all my international viewers out there, I will also have some other links down below, so check them out. I really do appreciate it. It actually makes a huge difference to the channel, and I really appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you. Internal storage is quite similar here. The Neo 2 has 49 gigabytes of internal storage. The Mini 5 Pro has 42 gigabytes of internal storage. So not a huge difference here. The fact that they both have internal storage is nice, because I'm sure you have been in a situation where you've got a new product and you've forgotten an SD card in the past. I'm sure that's happened to people, right? That happens. It's not just me. It's happened. So having that is a peace of mind, and I found that both units were able to capture a lot of content with their respective storage solutions. It's just great to have it, right? And then you can always expand and put an extra micro SD into them. I found that the storage solutions on both were fine. The Neo 2 does not feature additional storage, so you can't put in a micro SD into this guy here, unfortunately. So you just have to deal with the internal storage. But the Mini 5 Pro, you have no issues. You can put in an additional micro SD. So when we talk about the different ways that you can control these drones, that's where the Neo 2 really does stand out here. There are just so many different ways of controlling this drone. So you can just palm launch it. So palm takeoff, palm landing. That's without a controller. You literally just palm launch it. I have some footage right now. It's so easy to do, and you can put it in so many different modes, which is amazing. You can then use gesture control. So again, without a controller, you can literally move it around, change the perspective that you're capturing from, choose the different modes. It's just so easy to do that. You can then control the drone with your voice and with your smartphone. So there's the app that you can use the functionality to change different settings as well as control the drone with your voice, which is kind of surreal to use, kind of cool to use. And then on top of that, you can fly the drone with a controller, which is the kit that I got, comes with the controller. And then there's full FPV functionality. So you can use the goggles, the motion controller, and the full FPV controller to get even more out of the Neo 2. So for me, that's actually the biggest calling card here. Considering the drone is significantly cheaper than the Mini 5 Pro, you're just getting way more functionality here, and you can do more with the Neo 2 than you can with any other drone that I've tested in the past. So for me, that really does have so much more value to it. It just creates a whole new flight experience that you've probably never tried before. And then you can even evolve into the FPV side of things if you really wanted. So the Mini 5 Pro has a very basic offering here. Yes, it's got remote control support, and that's pretty much it, right? You can fly it with a controller. There's a few different controllers you can use, and that's it. There's no goggle support right now. There's no RC motion controller support right now at the time of me doing this video. I'm sure that the goggles and the RC motion function. I'm sure they'll come across soon because we've seen that with all other previous, like recent drones that have come out from DJI, that higher end point. So I'm sure that will happen very soon. But right now, the time of me doing this video, you can only control it with a basic remote control. You can't hand launch it. You can't use the motion controls. You can't use goggles. It's just a pure drone experience, which is fine. But really, when we compare the two, it's lacking a lot of that functionality you're getting with the Neo 2. And then when we look at the different modes that are available to you, there's quite a similar offering here. So both of them offer active track. They have very similar quick shot modes. The only big one with the Mini 5 Pro is it's got a rotate mode, which is an exclusive feature for both the Mavic 4 Pro and the Mini 5 Pro. So it literally allows you to rotate the camera to get very unique perspectives. That's the big new feature in the quick shot mode, but otherwise very similar across the board here. They both offer master shots and cruise control. The Mini 5 Pro though does feature waypoint, so that is more of a pro feature, a pro offer that you're not getting on the Neo 2, but the Neo 2 does feature selfie shot and dolly zoom. So it's got a few other modes that you're not getting again on the Mini 5 Pro. So you can see that they've both carved out their own space in the market. The Neo 2 definitely is that follow me selfie drone. It definitely is that beginner friendly, content creator, travel friendly drone. And the Mini 5 Pro is something that's a little bit more serious. You can see that just by everything I've spoken about, it definitely takes itself more seriously here. And then when it comes to the wind performance, the Neo 2 has been improved on significantly here. So it's got a level 5 wind rating. It can handle 10.7 meter per second winds, where the Mini 5 Pro again has a level 5 wind rating, but it can handle 12 meter per second winds. So the Mini 5 Pro can handle wind better, but the Neo 2 can also handle really strong wind and is a big improvement over the original Neo. With the original Neo, my two gripes were how it handled the wind as well as the camera quality. They were the two things that I was struggling with, but both of them have been improved on and rectified here with the Neo 2. So when we really boil it down, they're both phenomenal drones that offer some very unique features here. The Neo 2 doesn't fold up into a nice little package. It's got an awkward little protruding transceiver on the back there, and it also lacks that battery life that you're probably expecting from a drone at this point. But for those things it lacks, it makes up for it in so many other ways. And that's why I think the Neo 2 is the standout here. It's a lot cheaper, and you can also get extra batteries on top of the Fly More kit to make it worth your time. And you're still well under the budget of the Mini 5 Pro. So the Neo 2, I think, is a perfect drone for beginners, great for content creators, people who are traveling, and just want to capture moments. I think that's what this is all about. It's a fun drone. It doesn't take itself as seriously as some of the other DJI drones. And that's what I really love about it. It's got so much personality to it, and it's a lot of fun to fly. Even if you own another drone, this is just so much fun to fly. It really is a lot of fun to fly. And if you've got something like the Air 3, let's say, or maybe you've got like a Mini 4 Pro, you would have never experienced something like the Neo 2 because there's just nothing like it on the market. It's so unique and it offers so many different ways to fly it. So the Neo 2 is my pick here for most people. I still do want to give an honorable mention to the Mini 5 Pro. The fact that we've got a 1-inch sensor on a mini drone is insane to me. I love that rotating camera system. That new gimbal we've got there makes a huge difference. And I'm really impressed with the Mini 5 Pro. It's a nice upgrade here. But for example, if you've got a Mini 4 Pro, it's hard to suggest this one. It really is hard to suggest this one. I would actually suggest, again, the Neo 2. But if you're wanting something a bit more serious, but in that mini form factor, that's where the Mini 5 Pro is the right one for you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I'll chat to you very soon. Peace.